How's the video going? Are you ready to roll?
You sit in my lap.
Yeah, slide in.
We're gay now.
Are we all in frame?
Am I sitting on your cock?
Okay.
Not quite, man.
So
it feels good.
Well,
before we start though, so what's the context? This will be a radio internet thing, like people go Hurricane Alice and it'll pop up and it'll be an interview.
We're gonna put this on the Radio Buzz website.
Right.
Let you guys know what's up.
I don't roll like this, dude.
There'll be a link to whatever site you want.
Okay.
And then we're gonna stream some of your music after the interview.
Oh, cool.
So we got it all hooked up.
Crouch down behind
all right.
us. Just get me in the fucking frame, man.
Come on, sit down, bro. You're cool.
Just get behind us. There's
How
no
about
one to
this?
sit
I'm just
down.
gonna hang out like this.
Yeah, that's cool. On your knees.
Can you get my nose from straight? I got the best angle you got.
Yeah.
Then there's only one, so you capture that.
Okay, moment of calm. Now.
How do you pronounce your last name? Nauman?
Nauman, yes.
Okay. Ready? Here we go. Welcome to RadioBuzz.com. On the road with Matty Rocks, day number 3 of Halfway Jam in Royalton, Minnesota. Joined with special guest Hurricane Alice tonight. Halfway Jam is coming to an end here. I'm joined with all the members of Hurricane Alice. And why don't you guys go around and introduce yourselves and tell me who you are.
Super J, bass player, love life.
Johnny Halliday, guitar. Chris Lakey, drums and vocals.
Bruce Nauman, and I just scream for a living. That's all I do, and you can tell from my voice that I did it tonight.
Right. And Bruce, obviously you are the original member of Hurricane Alice.
Yes, I am.
And thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate this interview.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Let's take Radio Buzz listeners back to the late 80s, Bruce. When the band first formed in 84.
Yeah, something around there, yeah.
And when the band first formed in Minneapolis, and how you guys took you left Minneapolis and went to the big lights in Hollywood, and kind of the twists and turns from there.
Let's see, in a nutshell, basically, you know, I came up in Minnesota, and what we have here is a blow-away live music scene in clubs where bands, at least in those days, could go out and play and just, you know, rely on having a packed club. And so I cut my teeth playing the clubs all around the Midwest, and then all of a sudden, will you stop distracting me? I'm like, I can't even think. Okay, what was I saying? Okay, so anyways, it was a great live music scene, and basically we put this band together, and it kind of broke up, and all of a sudden I had an offer in Los Angeles and went out there and started working with basically a whole nother group. And what happened was we got signed. It was what ended up being the original group, and once we got signed, we were like, well, what can we do? We need to go play. So I'm like, well, let's use this name, Hurricane Alice, and we've got a big following. We were packing clubs around the Midwest, so the moniker stuck, and we came back and we kept it and tried to go play.
That was the 1990 group with Ian Mayo, Danny Gill, and Jackie Ramos.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a nutshell, but
and you had to put that together because when you went to LA, the other band disbanded, and it was up to you.
Yeah,
really.
we had already broken up, and basically Ian and Danny and another drummer named Michael Anthony had a group together, and they'd written some of the music that ended up being on the record, and they were just looking for a singer. So I went out there, and we spent about a week in a studio on Santa Monica Boulevard, and that's where we came up with Too Late, Shake, Shake, Shout. And a lot of those lyrics just kind of came really fast. We recorded it, and it ended up going. The demos, like when we went in the studio, we were trying to reproduce the demos, kind of thing.
Right. So, Tear the House Down, obviously your second CD, had some great songs on there, and some great successes. You guys got signed to Atlantic Records.
Yep.
How cool was that to get signed by a record label like that? Right off.
Man, it was really scary. I mean, we moved to Los Angeles and got signed within 6 months, and we were hanging out and living at like Stevie Nicks' house and hanging out with all these. I mean, it was just like, but you know, we'd been playing in clubs all these years, and all of a sudden we're there and we're going, oh yeah, this was going to happen. You know, you just kind of thought it was going to happen. I wish I'd known then what I know now. I mean, like meeting Jimmy Iovine and having recording in his studio and not knowing who he was. I'm like, God, I wish I could have like, Jimmy, could you have given me a little bit better to this or that, but you know, it's things like that you wish. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
And some of those songs, Wild, Young, and Crazy, Tear the House Down, and you can't forget the ballad Dream Girl. All
Right.
from that CD.
Right.
All great songs.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Great vocal work on that song.
Right.
Yeah.
I still have the scar marks on my ball sack from, trying to get those high notes.
It's the face that's killing me.
So here we are, current day. Here we are, current day.
Yeah.
You've reformed the band.
Right.
Where'd you find all these guys?
These guys are just the baddest ass trio of fucking rockers that I knew. And we kind of got together, and it was based on the premise that, hey, I want to get back together and start rocking some more. And these guys kind of like knew the band from those days, so.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, mutual friends and just the circle of musicians from the Twin Cities. You know, paths cross and you make a connection and you go forward from that point.
Right on. Bruce, the last time that we talked, you had mentioned something about a possible reuniting of the original Hurricane Alice.
Well,
did that ever happen, or is it going to happen?
what happened was Rocklahoma reunited the original group, and they weren't interested in our group, and we had a little bit of falling out between me and my three brothers here, but the thing is that Rocklahoma was like, no, we want the original band, and we don't want the band that you're working with now. And these guys are still mad at me for that, but I have to keep buying them beers. But anyways,
We're not mad.
But that's only
I gotta say that it was really fun. Rocklahoma made it possible to go see my brothers. They flew Danny in from Sweden, and
Nice.
Ian and Jackie live in Los Angeles. We got together, rehearsed 3 times, and just kind of like went out and played, and it was like riding a bike. It was just amazing.
So it all came into place, all fell back together.
So it was really fun to do that. Yeah, we got the rock star treatment, just like we are right here at Halfway Jam.
Right.
Amen.
Which is fun.
What's the future for Hurricane Alice?
Well,
New record.
yeah, we were just talking about that. We've
having
got
a great time.
Yeah, new material.
I mean, that's it. Playing with some good buds. Pretty much.
the thing is it's all about fun, and that's why we're doing this.
Exactly.
We're not making millions of dollars. Nobody has been since the 70s. Maybe, I don't know, Stephen Piercy was just here. He looked kind of rich, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're not looking for a record deal per se.
Right.
I'd say that era has.
I mean, nowadays we have our own record company. We'll just own it and sell it and promote it ourselves. I think we've got a really good live show. It's always been just about the live show and the chemistry that we create as a group. And so that's what we want to capture with our new material, and we'll just put it out, own it ourselves, and go from there, and do it because we love it, basically.
Passionate. It's great.
Absolutely.
That is why we're here.
Absolutely.
We love music. Some little guys want to be baseball players. I come to do this. I dreamed about this when I was a kid. I'm glad to be here today.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to do. I get to do it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Absolutely.
So much fun being on stage, just smoking it out there. That was a blast.
I'll tell you what, watching you guys just brings me back to the day,
Yeah.
Brings me back to the day.
Yeah.
Where can Radio Buzz listeners catch up on the band, and more importantly, where can they find all your kick-ass music?
Wow.
I would say sit tight. Thanks to the internet, you'll find us.
We're a bit unprepared. People contact me all the time on Facebook from all over the world, and I always try to answer, any questions that people have. And like I said, we're in the process of putting something. I mean, the internet has changed everything. The business model has changed, as everyone knows. Yep. You can't just sell music through a record company. And let's face it, when I signed my record deal with Atlantic, it was like 2 inches thick. I didn't read it. I had a lawyer read it, but it's like I just signed it. I had no idea it was on it, and we never recouped any of that money, So it's like nowadays, guys are going out and selling stuff and owning it, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, the future will tell, you know. So, but we're about rocking in the classic sense of it. 3+1. Everybody's got their area. Bass player just plays his ass off, drummer plays his ass off, guitar player plays his ass off, singer screams his ass off, and there's no stepping on anybody's toes. Everybody does as much as they possibly can do, and that is the classic rock format, and that's what we are about.
We're a team.
Absolutely.
Right on.
And we're friends.
Yeah, man.
I'd like to see these guys.
Writing and recording and releasing music to the people that want to hear it. That's what's on the horizon for Hurricane Alice.
Right on. All right, Radio Buzz listeners, stay tuned for Hurricane Alice with some new material coming out in the near future. And you've been listening to On the Road with Matty Rocks on RadioBuzz.com. And stay tuned because we're going to play a few tracks from Hurricane Alice. Thanks,
right
guys.
on, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, Matty Rocks.
Nice.
Of course I'm gonna bug you guys.